Right, I'm checking to check it out. So, the fight's on this weekend between Chris Eubank and Liam Williams. That's like the main event. Obviously, Clarissa Shields is facing that. I don't know what her name is. Forgot her name. But anyway, I want to really talk about the Chris Eubank fight and my prediction for the fight and how I see it going. Now, I've watched Liam Williams a couple of times, right? I watched him against Andrade. And who was the other guy? I can't remember. But anyway, I've seen a couple of these fights. Obviously, the latest one, I think the last one was Andrade. And he's good at putting on pressure. Like, he just keeps coming. He can take a good shot as well. He keeps, like, his pressure is real, is immense. And someone like Chris Eubank, he likes to throw shots in flurries. Okay, now and then he'll throw shots in flurries and step back, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Might go for a walk, that kind of thing. And come back in, hop back out, blah 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 blah. But that was more of his older style. Don't know if to call it old, but let's say that was more of his style pre Roy Jones and pre the other guy was called Nate. Was his name? Oh fucking hell! What was his name? His trainer, American guy as well. What was his name? Nate. I think his name was Nate. But the trainer what he had for the Gale fight. So his style before those two trainers, it was more action. He was more of a. He definitely had more of a punch output. Don't get me wrong. In the Gale output, he was like kind of in between styles. Like he was a bit more patient in the Gale fight, but he was still letting off a decent amount of shots. After that, now he's more patient now. Where he could be dropping rounds. He could be dropping rounds because of his inactivity. Because obviously now he's joined up with Roy Jones Jr. And I've noticed that his style looks kind of like Roy Jones. But obviously Roy Jones is Roy Jones, so only he could do that and find maximum success with that. Chris Eubank, not so much. I see him trying to do certain things like trying to jump in with the left hand and that, like like other shots from like awkward angles. Like you can do it, but it's not quite there yet. And would it ever be there? I'm not too sure. Don't know. And I rate Chris Jr. I love Chris Eubank Jr. He's one of once he came onto the scene, mate, I was a fan from the start. I like the way he is. I like the way he carries himself. I like his composure. I like his attitude. I don't give a fuck about these fannies who are out here always criticizing him, saying he's arrogant and all this bullshit. Nah, bro. People out who you don't like him because they can't really find a reason not to like him. But then they'll say, oh yeah, he's just too arrogant. He's too full of himself. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Like the man didn't have to do boxing, but he's done boxing and he's done pretty well. And he's got gifts. He's gifted with athleticism. He's gifted with not only that, great stamina. And he knows, and he can, and he's good at throwing a lot of shots. He's got good power as well. So he's got a lot of attributes, But yeah, I've always been a fan of Chris Eubank Jr. Always have been, always will be. Okay, but I'm just breaking down his style now. I think, me personally, I prefer the Chris Eubank of old. Again, prior Roy Jones Jr. and prior Nate. I'm sure his name was Nate, but prior the training out for the Gale fight and obviously Roy Jones Jr., I prefer he started before that because he just used to just go for it, you know. He just used to go for it. I think Nate added something good to his game, made him throw the jab a bit more, which was good. So I think, so for me, he can't do that Roy Jones Jr. style where he's just waiting to, just waiting for the perfect shot. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that against Liam Williams, man. You can't be doing it because the guy's always in your face. So you're not gonna have time to measure him because he's just gonna come at you. You know what I mean? He's just gonna come at you, and that can cause someone like EUBANK trouble. Who likes to have space and time to throw his shots, especially more so now. So for me, I like to think that he said in interviews that there's many different ways there's many different styles and ways you can use to get rid of Liam Williams. Let me close this curtain, man. Fucking hell. I'm thinking to myself, is he gonna use his old style? That's what I'm thinking. Is he gonna use his old style? Because I think that's probably the best way of doing it. Come in, throw your shots, get back out, come back in, throw your shots. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping he does. And if he's gonna use more of the new style what he's got now, I'm thinking that may work for to a degree, but I think he would have to really catch Williams on the sweet spot somewhere if he's gonna do that. He's gonna really have to might be a bit of luck involved. I don't know. You might just catch him just on the right spot, somewhere on the maybe high on the temple or a vicious body shot somewhere. You would have to catch him. If he's gonna use that style, he's gonna have to catch him every single time with the punches he's gonna do. He's gonna have to really catch him like that every time. He's gonna have to catch him, or to the point where you really catch him cleanly and he puts him out using that Roy Jones Jr. style. So if he doesn't, if he uses that style, he has to, each punch he has to connect, and each punch has to connect, and each punch combination, whatever, has to put some real hurt on him. If he's missing them shots, or he's getting smothered, he's gonna lose. Because I know the judges might look at it and think, this guy's might look at Liam Williams. He's coming with the pressure. He keeps coming. He keeps getting some shots off. And I can see Chris Jr. holding. If he can't get his shots off, Chris Jr. might smother him. He might smother him as well. So let's say he keeps on coming. Liam Williams puts a lot of pressure on him, and Chris is trying to work out what to do, but he hasn't got time to work out what to do because Liam Williams is on him. I think he might take a couple of shots and he'll smother him. Chris EUBANK might do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see that way. So in essence, I can see if Liam Williams is able to get his style off, his work rate off, and Chris EUBANK Jr. is doing a Roy Jones Jr. style, and he's not connecting every single time, then he's going to lose. If Chris EUBANK does the Roy Jr. style and connects each time, and puts some hurt on him, or he goes back to his older style, where he's going to come in with a barrage of punches and really overwhelm his opponent like he used to do, and he's had a lot of success doing that, then again he wins as well. So that's the two ways I can see EUBANK winning. I can't really see him necessarily outboxing him. He probably could. If he implements that jab, what he's been taught, he probably could outbox him. Keep at the end of the jab. You know what I mean? Keep at the end of the jab. Pop, pop, pop. I've seen him use his jab a few times, man, and it's a good jab when he uses it. So you could do that. Like when he get and if Liam Williams come diving in and he smothers him, and he smothers Liam Williams, you could do that. But I could see him winning that way. So yeah, I'm going with EUBANK to win. I think it could be a close fight. Just the reason, like I said, the reason why I think it's going to be a close fight is because obviously I'm just looking at the last two performances of Chris EUBANK under his new coach. That's the only reason why I think it could be a close fight, because he's got less punch output as he used to. So that's the only reason why. If it wasn't, then I wouldn't be. If he was still doing his old style, I wouldn't really be thinking it's going to be that much of a close fight, to be honest. Might be for a few rounds. So yeah. So as it stands, from what I know of Chris EUBANK Jr. now, of his style now, it's going to be a close fight. Unless he uses his old style. Or unless he's perfected his new style already. So yeah, I'm still going for Chris EUBANK to win. I don't know how he's going to win. He might go to points. Might be a knockout. Again, the only way I can see him knocking him out, really, like I said, if he's going to use his new style now, by catching him sweetly that one time. Or he might catch him sweet, not put him down, but then he goes for the kill. Overwhelms the opponent to the point where the referee stops it. So yeah, that's my prediction, really. Yeah, so it's not a clear-cut prediction as such. I just think he's going to win, but just depending on what Chris EUBANK's going to do will determine that, really. Yeah. If he doesn't do what I was saying he's going to do, then he might lose. Simple as that. So with that, I'm out.